Hi everyone, welcome to the Website Empire's merchant account verification video. And before I begin, I'd like to point out that this is the merchant account verification video, and the PayPal account verification video is a separate video. So if you haven't seen that already, I definitely recommend you watch that first. There's a link in the annotation below or in the description. So first off, thank you for purchasing the Website Empire's guide if you've purchased it, and congratulations on getting to this point. And if you haven't purchased it, I definitely recommend you go ahead and check it out. It's www.websiteempires.com. Really, it can do great things for you, and I promise you won't regret it. So before I begin the verification process, I'd like to go over what a merchant account actually is. So a merchant account is essentially just a processor that allows you to accept credit cards on your website directly, and this can be either on your website or in person in a store, but for the sake of this video and our guide, it's on a website. So here's an example of a few merchant account websites or processors, and this one's called Durango, and see their merchant services. So essentially you can just process credit cards through them. There's Dharma Merchant Services and Harbor Touch Merchant Services. So these are all just separate merchant account processors that you can use to process credit cards on your website. So I just want to show you how it looks like when there's a merchant account on a website. So if you watch the PayPal video, you'll see that this is one of my websites, so I'm going to also be showing you the merchant account on it. And I'm going to go here into the pricing page. And let's assume I wanted to purchase a license, so I'd go and hit buy now. And see, this loads into a new page now, and I'm given two options. I can either check out with PayPal or bill me later, or I can pay with a credit or debit card. So you see how I'm able to process my credit card directly. That means I have a merchant account on the website. And I'm actually with PayPal Merchant Services. That's one of the most popular merchant accounts. So I'm going to be showing you how to verify through them. And it's really just the same process regardless of which merchant service you're using. It's a little, not more complicated, but it takes a little more thinking and looking around than PayPal, since PayPal is the same through every computer, through every person's account, and each merchant account's a little different in regards to the structure. So make sure you just pay attention and just do a little bit of research depending on what merchant account the seller you're buying from is using. And also please remember that not every seller will have a merchant account on their website. Some people just choose to accept PayPal since it's a lot easier than setting up a merchant account. So keep that in mind as well. So we're going to go to manager.paypal.com, and this is the PayPal merchant account website. So this isn't the normal PayPal website, it's for the merchant account, just in case you were to get confused. And I'm going to go ahead and log into my account. Alright, so now I'm in the account, and you can probably see that it's a little more complicated than the actual PayPal account. Not complicated, but there's a few more options that weren't in the normal PayPal account. There's account administration, service settings, all of these options. And we're going to go into reports. Now remember, if this is a different merchant account, not PayPal, just look for the reports page or the transactions page, something like that. And I'm sure the buyer will assist you in doing this, since he or she will be more familiar with the infrastructure of the website. So I'm going to go into reports, and I'm going to search for a transaction summary, and it's going to ask me for a date. So let's go back and see the transactions that happened in the month of May. So from May 1st to May 31st, and I'm going to go ahead and run the report. Now this shows all of the different transactions that happened, and you can see the transaction amounts here and what card type it went through. So you can see there's Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and it also says PayPal, so that's probably referring to maybe someone used either a PayPal debit card or checked out through PayPal. And there's some pretty weird payments here as well. That's because I installed it last month, my merchant account, and I was doing some test payments. So there's a $1,000 payment, there's a $1 payment, or a 1 cent payment. So I mean, I don't want you to feel alarmed at the random payments. It shouldn't be like that with the seller. And really, this is all that you need to verify the seller's merchant account. You can go and ask them for a more detailed report. The reason I can't go into too much information in this video is because I'd have to disclose a lot of information about the buyers themselves, and of course I can't do that. But also because every merchant account is set up separately in infrastructure wise. So really just ask them to see the amounts, and as long as the amounts are matching what was on the website, like from the PayPal payment. So you probably remember there was a $97 license, so here's another 97 and a 97. So we see that these are the amounts that came from that website. And aside from that, that's really all you do. It's really just a simple process like the same it was in the PayPal account, but you just want to make sure, like in the PayPal account, that you do it thoroughly and you do a full investigation. So just ask the seller. This is a very brief report. It doesn't even give all the information. So ask the seller for a detailed report, which will include names, addresses, phone numbers, and those don't really do much except show you that the payments are real, because if they're coming from real addresses and real phone numbers, then of course that means they're real. They're not, the seller can't just generate these things. So, and I can't show you that on here, of course, because that would be a breach of privacy. And but I mean, that's all that's to it. So just make sure you go through the whole thing and check out the payments. Ask the seller for a detailed report, like I said before, and just go through it and match it up with what was shown to you in the Flippa listing. Aside from that, thank you once again for purchasing the guide. I don't think there's going to be any other videos for this guide, so these two are probably it. I'm not sure at this point. But thank you for purchasing the guide, and I really hope you do a great job in finding the perfect website for you and it ends up super successful. And remember, if you haven't purchased it already, you can find it at www.websiteempires.com. See you around.